One of the problems I've been having with the KT-HPA, as you can see, the front breech screw is right in front of the bolt probe, and it's recessed. And what tends to happen is when I'm loading a pellet, the head of the pellet tends to drop down in the recess, making it difficult to load the pellet. I have to finagle it around, putting pressure on the skirt, trying to lift it up, prop it up, angle it up, and get it pushed back over the probe. Now, that isn't the case with the CO2 version. With the CO2 version, that front breech screw, even with the bolt pulled back and cocked, is underneath the bolt probe. It's moved back farther on the Crossman steel breech. Now, I do like the idea of having the screw closer to where the transfer port is located, but as it is on the KT-HPA, but as I said, it's creating a problem with pellets hanging up that I'm not going to get with this gun because of the location, the backward position of that front breech screw. So, in an effort to deal with that recessed bolt, breech bolt screw, what I've read that other people have done and has worked is filling in that recess. Basically, what's used is a black crayon, and you basically melt it, get it to drip, and put a drop or two of melted black wax down on top of the bolt head. It's soft enough where it's easily removable if you need to get to the screw itself at a later point, and yet firm enough that it allows the pellet to sit level when you're going to load it and not drop down into that recess where the screw head is located. So I just got done holding the crayon as close as I could directly over where the bolt head is. Heating it up with the flame and getting a couple of drops on top of that screw head. I got some melted crayon wax on other areas of the breech. Although it dries extremely quickly, it comes off extremely easily. Just with scraping it with my fingernail, it comes out. And yet, let me show you exactly how it looks now with that recess filled in. You can't even see the screw head. But as I said, as easily as I just picked off some melted wax I had up in this area and over here with my fingernail, just using the pointy end of a Phillips screwdriver head, fairly sure I can easily get to that bolt head when I need to. But I need to test it out with some pellets. The bolt itself actuates easily. So that's not an issue as far as the wax goes. I just loaded up a couple of the Crossman pointed hunting pellets And believe me, that little wax trick works wonders. It's easy. The pellet needs to be angled in. It's because I have the extended bolt probe set up, but the head of the pellet needs to be pointed down and angled in and inserted in the back. The skirt just drops over the extended bolt probe, and then it goes in level and easily. That's the point where the skirt would fall back over the extended bolt probe, but the head of the pellet would tip down into that recessed area, and it is not doing that. So there are various people on the Crossman Air Pistol Owners Forum that, you know, gave in previous past posts, have posted about this idea with the black wax, black crayon, and it worked and works extremely well. So if you have a breech where the forward breech screw is in the path of loading the pellet and you're having any difficulty with that, I highly recommend this. Because it's black, you really can't even, it looks like it's a part of the breech. It's nice and smooth. It's wax. It's not going to do anything negative to the pellet itself. So I give this modification a big thumbs up.